Jeremy with Hard to Master, and as you can see, I just got in these inserts from MitroCZECH on Instagram, but his Etsy store is actually BoardGameHolic, that's Jan. He sent me these to check out, and I have the Lost Ruins of Arnak insert here. It's also going to fit the 2 expansions, the Expedition Leaders and the Missing Expedition, the newest one, as well as Kutnahora, the City of Silver. Both of those games are in my collection. I enjoy both of them, and I've been excited waiting for these to come in. And I can tell you that you can look at here. It says on the box, fragile, be careful, handle with care. Now, I do have to go through here and see what the different pieces are going to have for it, but you can see it tells you where everything's going to go in the fold here, and then on the back as well. This is the English version, and they do, I believe, come in a couple different languages that you can get. But there's going to be different pieces. I know this is for Kutnahora, but it's bubble wrapped every section. So they do. This is Arnak. I can see the round with the, I believe it's Arnak. I believe this will probably be for Kutnahora because of the colored pieces there. But you're going to see a lot of these things are color-coded, so it'll help you figure out what you're getting. So we're going to actually open up all these different things. I'll take some pictures on how I sort everything, go over it maybe in a short video. But then I'll come back to the table and tell you what I actually think about these inserts. All right, here we go. We got the Lost Ruins of Arnak by Czech Games Edition. Remember, this insert is by MitroCZECH or BoardGameHolic. So as we open up the box here, let's see. Now, I've not played Lost Ruins of Arnak in a while. Just got the Missing Expedition in, and happy that I can store all of this together. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a box lift because when you put all these rule books and keep the original player boards, a lot of people won't play the base game without the asymmetric powers, but I may play that way again sometimes, so I kept the boards, so they will be on top, but you can see it's almost completely flush just with that board there. You are going to have the rule books that will lift it slightly, and then if you have the player boards, it will lift it a little bit more. But we have the main board here. As we open it up, you have the different player aids that you're going to have here. Now, I did a laminate all except for the newest ones. Like I said, I've had the Missing Expedition sitting in a box waiting for this insert so that I could store it in a nice, easy way and get rid of that box, as well as when I got rid of the Expeditions Leader box. So right here, you'll see we do have the board where you're going to keep all of your resources and your monster tiles, the beginning of the temple track, essentially. And you know what? This right here, these are really nice. Again, if you looked at the Kutnahora video, that was kind of etched in, and this is etched in too, but again, there's this glossy cover on it with a little bit of a glittery shimmer, which makes these card holders really nice. Now, let's start here. And you're going to see that you do have the different component trays, and there's going to be 2 of them, so you can put them on each side. You do see that I have some upgraded components from MeepleSource, and then these are actually Red Raven games for Rome. I thought, you know, the frog god that in this expedition that they might come across was a nice coin to fit, because that was before people were making the custom coins for this game, but I've seen several since that look nice, so who knows. I like my coins, but maybe one day I may switch and get those and use those Azrium coins for something else. But there's 2 of those trays, so those can be right here. Now, this is going to be, how can I store everything back? Can I do it the right way? Let's see. Now, that pamphlet does tell you how to store things. So in this one, you are going to fit all of your monsters and the exploration tiles, including the expansion ones. And underneath the level 2s are going to be your idol markers, as well as, or altar or idol, as well as some of the different tokens, like these will go in there. So some will have to deal, these are your little wave tokens to cover. You have some of the expansion tokens are going to be in there, and then right over here is where you have the temple tokens. So all those are going to be right in here. This does come out, but that's where it goes in. It's actually going to come shipped with that out of it, and then you'll put these underneath here. Now the monster tokens go all the way down But the level 1 exploration tokens do go down this far, and then you have your first player token, and then the briefcase for the character can go there, and all of the level 1 tiles will go back there. Now on the back side, you are going to have these little folded pieces for the temple track, as well as your staffs and this token as well. Those go in there. Now you want those in there first, but then these under alternating are going to lift up slightly, but they'll be in there back and safe against the box. So that goes there. Here is where you have all your player pieces. Now, you're going to have your books, your magnifying glass, as well as your campsite. I do have the meeples here from Meeple Source, and they do fit in this spot. Now, one thing is you'll notice I have 3 in there, and that's because the captain actually has an extra meeple. So I don't use that gray meeple. I have an extra meeple for every color. But in red, I actually have more red ones because of the new expansion telling you to play with red. So those are going to go right in there. Now, you're going to have all the cards in here, and you'll see it fits all the sleeve cards. You do have these card dividers that you can put in there. And this piece is just going to kind of lift up off of here so that you can get to the cards. And you can put, it's slipping my mind, but the 2 different types of cards, the artifacts and the exploration cards, you can put on different sides like I did. And again, it's going to fit all the cards that go in those stacks, and you have these little card dividers to help you sort those. But yeah, look at that really nice look. And then on the bottom has it's also, this piece actually acts as a discarding display as well that you can put the cards in. Now you have the Missing Expedition one. And now one thing that MitroCZECH does, I didn't realize, is he does some personalization. And he sent me these little trays, which I can probably find behind me, but also this little card divider has Hard to Master on it, which is really cool. Now, I don't have these sleeved because these are specific campaign cards that I've not sleeved yet, but once I do, they should fit in there pretty easily. Look at all that, and then I can use these extra dividers how I want to. Just to show you, like I said, he did send these. Didn't know he was sending them, but they're really cool. And so you can get personalized trays and other things on BoardGameHolic as well. Now you have your score tracker here, and you're going to have the fear cards and the fear tokens in this little box here. These are for your cards. So you actually have a card display that you can put together with this other piece, and you're going to have the cards upright where everybody can see them and get them back. Now this is where you're going to have 3 different boards, and it says to put the newest expansions with the wheel down right here, and then you'll have one other board that's going to go there. The other ones are going to be below this because they're a little bit shorter. So if your campaign scorecard there, and then like I said, you have all the expedition leader player boards. This is a little tricky compartment at the beginning. When you first start, you have the solo tiles there. You'll notice this is where you normally put 4 of your extra workers, but since I have 3 in each box, there's 2. And this is the piece that goes for the card display. I have the 3rd one here. So 1, 2, 3, and there's 3 in there. That makes the 6 that you need for the Missing Expedition. Over here, I put these little wave tokens, but underneath that, in this little box, you're going to have the 15 little newspaper tiles. You have this the temple track with all the different tiles at the beginning that stores everything. So you can just pull that out, put it on the board, and get the tiles as you need them, as well as the different characters that you're going to get onto your board to give you those upgraded abilities. They all stack in there, including the additionals. You have the little monkey there, and underneath the monkey has these tokens. Like I said, this is one of the trickiest trays to put together, but once you put it all together, putting the different, it tells you a little bit, 2 of this, 1 of this, And so it kind of tells you, but when you're putting it in, especially if you haven't played the Missing Expedition yet, it's going to be a little new to you on where certain tokens go. And then that's for that one newspaper character, the journalist. So that's what goes in there. And then you have your 2 temple tracks. Now I've not put this in without the board, so let's see if I can do that. Again, this temple tray is going to go on to here, and then this card tray will go onto there after we put the people there. You'll put this tray on there, and then I know these will go here, as well as this tray, and this I think will go here. I think that's how I have it, because that's going to go there, yeah. Those are not in. Let's see. I know this goes here. This is going to go here. We're going to put these 3 player trays there. And then these 2 pieces will go here. And then these go on here. This tray slides in there. Then you have your original scorecard. These pieces will slide in here for the player tokens. We're going to put this piece in here. After we do that, we put that on there. You'll notice we have the player aids, the main board. Then you'll put 2 and 2. If you keep these, if not, then you don't have to worry about that. I put the main rule book as well as alternating the 2 so that the stapled part can be on opposite sides. And there it is. Lost Ruins of Arnak. Insert by BoardGameHolic on Etsy, which is MitroCZECH on Instagram. Let me get back to the table. Let me tell you what I think is just really cool about this insert, other than the engraving, and we'll get into how usable it is onto the table whenever you're playing the game Lost Ruins of Arnak by Czech Games Edition. So let's talk about what's so cool about this insert from BoardGameHolic on Etsy. One thing is that you have these temple tiles in this piece that I don't have to arrange and separate anymore. I don't have to stack them up, which can be a pain because they want to fall over. I can just put this piece onto the board, and then whenever someone takes one, they can just pull it out. Easy. And then I just set it back up into the box whenever the game is over. Another thing in this piece is going to be on top of that piece in the box, but you have these card divider pieces or card display pieces that are going to slide in here. They have the numbers on them. Oh, this is backwards. There we go. That's why. So if I put this in here like this, they're going to click in. Now I have this card display that the cards are going to be up on the board, tilted up so that you can see them better, and maybe cut down on some of that reflection on the table. So, and make it easier for people to read and see what's on the board. You also have one of my favorite pieces, and that's this piece with the title here. And it's really, really intelligently designed in here. I can't even explain how they did this, but it looks really great in person. You got this glittery shined finish, no etching, but it looks amazing. But on the flip side of that, I have a card display pile and a discard pile for each one, whether it's the artifacts or the other cards, the tool cards. They're going to be in here or discarded. I can use both pieces to do that. So that's going to cut down and make the cards so if you do sleeve them, they're not going to be sliding around as much and able to stand up a little bit better, and you can discard them into the other side. So that's going to help as well. Now, one more thing is you do have the two different resource trays. No longer do I have to separate them out of bags and put them into those clear bins like this anymore, because I can just set this on one side of the board and set the others. And it does fit my custom compasses and coins, which is even better. That's able to fit all of them. I don't have to leave any out. They're all going to fit into those two pieces. Now also, it fits both expansions, which before putting the insert in, it was all in baggies. And I can tell you, just having the expedition leaders had the thing to the rim, and it was separating the cards in different places so that they don't slide together and mix up the piles. Well, this has the option to have those card dividers in it. No longer do you have to fill it to the brim, and that was without even having the missing expedition box in there. But now you can use these card dividers, and he does offer personalization in your insert to have certain, names or different things printed. I mean, look at our logos printed onto this card divider. So not only can you separate things easier, but you also have, everything organized. So it's going to fit both expansions and the base game in here. Now, if you do have the original base boards for the players, well, that's going to raise it a little bit. And then just having so many rulebook pages will possibly give you a slight lift, even if you've departed with those boards and recycled them or thrown them away or whatever. So really great insert from BoardGameHolic. I definitely recommend, if you're a Lost Ruins of Arnak fan, that you check this out. There's another game that's similar to this that I'm looking at the insert because it just looks awesome as well. He does a great job of making the insert beautiful, but making it super functional and easy to set up and play the game. So definitely check out BoardGameHolic on Etsy, or if you're trying to find his Instagram, that's going to be MitroCZECH. There are going to be links in the description, so definitely check them out. He did send this to review, and I mean, there's nothing I can really say bad about it, because it would have been hard to fit everything in the main box with just the baggies and not being organized without a box flip. So having the slight one from having those boards is very understandable, because there is so much content if you throw both of those expansions into this original box. And he did a great job of designing the insert to do that. So make sure you like this video, follow our channels and social so you can be notified of the new content that we put out that may be something you're really looking to see. But until next time, I'm Jeremy with Hard to Master, and we'll see ya.